The 5 hidden Bible secrets about salt you never knew, according to the Holy Scriptures. Salt is one of the oldest remedies for purification, healing, and protection. It's also one of the most readily available natural resources we have. In today's video, we'll be sharing with you the 5 hidden secrets about salt that will forever change how you use it. And make sure you stick around until the end of this video, because the last secret is super powerful. So make sure you don't miss it. Welcome to our channel, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. No. 5. Salt can purify your water. Let's start with one of the easiest and most common uses for salt. Do you know that salt has the ability to purify your water? This means that if you put some salt into your water, it can kill all the bacteria and other microorganisms that may be present in it, making it safe to drink. This is why the pilgrims used to put salt in their water when they were crossing the Atlantic Ocean. They knew that it would help prevent them from getting sick from drinking seawater. The reason why salt is able to purify water is because it creates an environment that is not conducive to the survival of bacteria. Bacteria are single-celled organisms that need certain conditions in order to survive. One of these conditions is a neutral pH level. However, when salt is added to water, it makes the pH level more acidic, which is not a favorable environment for bacteria to grow in. Additionally, salt also competes with bacteria for water molecules. This means that when salt is added to water, the bacteria are less likely to be able to obtain the water they need to survive, which leads to their death. Number 4. Salt can heal your wounds. Salt water is also known to have healing properties that can speed up the recovery process of wounds. When this type of solution is applied to a wound, it can actually draw out excess fluid from the surrounding tissues. This process is known as osmosis, and it occurs because the body is always trying to maintain a balance of fluids and electrolytes. By drawing out the excess fluid, salt water can help clean the wound and remove any impurities that may be present. This can lead to faster healing and a reduced risk of infection. Additionally, salt water can also help improve blood circulation to the area of the wound. This can bring more oxygen and nutrients to the cells, which can support the healing process. Some people also find that the pain associated with their wounds is reduced when they apply salt water to it. This may be due to the fact that salt water can help dilate blood vessels, which can reduce inflammation and swelling. No. 3. Salt can preserve food. Salt has been used to preserve food for thousands of years. In the olden times, people used to salt meat and fish in order to keep them from spoiling. And even today, salt is one of the most common ingredients used in pickling. But why exactly does salt have this preservative effect on food? Well, it turns out that salt can actually inhibit the growth of bacteria, which are the main culprits when it comes to food spoilage. As we mentioned earlier, salt creates an environment that is not suitable for bacteria to thrive in because it makes the pH level more acidic and also competes with bacteria for water molecules. This means that if you put salt on your food, it can prevent bacteria from growing on it and spoiling it. Additionally, salt also has a dehydrating effect on food. This means that salt can actually draw out moisture from food, which is another way of inhibiting bacterial growth. This is why salting fish or meat is a very effective way of preserving it. By drawing out the moisture, salt can help extend the shelf life of food for a long time. In fact, there are some foods that can be salted and preserved for many years without them spoiling. Number 2, salt can protect you from evil spirits. According to the Bible, evil spirits can sometimes enter people and control their minds and actions. In order to prevent this from happening, many people turn to salt for protection. In the Bible, there are several passages that talk about using salt to cast out evil spirits. For example, in the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 28, it says, "This kind only comes out by fasting and prayer." But it also says, "How you shall be delivered from every evil spirit." In this passage, Jesus was talking about how evil spirits can only be cast out through fasting and prayer. But he also said that there is another way to be delivered from evil spirits, which is not explicitly stated but is implied to be the use of salt. There is also a story in the Bible about a woman who had a demon inside of her for 18 years. She was unable to walk straight or even turn her head. After Jesus set her free from the demon, he told her to go and tell her friends what had happened to her. He also told her to use salt to cast out any evil spirits that might try to re-enter her. This story shows that salt can be used as a preventative measure against evil spirits by sprinkling salt around your house or carrying salt with you. You can create a barrier between you and any evil spirits that might be trying to get close to you. Additionally, salt can also be used to cleanse areas that are believed to be haunted or have a lot of negative energy by sprinkling salt on the ground or in the corners of a room. You can purify the area and drive out any evil spirits that may be present. No. 1. Salt can increase your faith. Salt is a symbol of the covenant between God and his people. In the Old Testament, it was customary for people to sprinkle salt on sacrifices as a way of acknowledging God's ownership over them and their willingness to obey his laws. By doing this, they were entering into a special agreement with God, agreeing to live according to his laws and worship him alone. The use of salt as a symbol of the covenant is significant because it represents the purity and holiness of God. Salt was often used in rituals to purify people from ceremonial uncleanness, such as after childbirth or after a person had come in contact with a corpse. This act of purification symbolized the removal of sin and the restoration of the person to a state of holiness. By sprinkling salt on sacrifices, people were acknowledging their own sinfulness and asking for God's forgiveness and cleansing. The use of salt as a symbol of the covenant between God and his people is a reminder for us today that we too are called to live according to God's laws and worship him alone. We are also called to acknowledge our own sinfulness and ask for God's forgiveness and cleansing. You see, salt is much more than just a seasoning for food. It has deep spiritual significance and can be used as a powerful tool for spiritual growth and protection. By incorporating these practices into your own spiritual routine, you can deepen your relationship with God and experience the many benefits that salt has to offer. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button so that YouTube will show this video to even more people. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. We would love to have you join our family. Make sure to watch this video next. And until next time, stay strong and keep hustling.